excited to be here. We've been here once before and we loved it, so I can't wait to be back. We're going to be doing more of a foodie vlog while we're here, taking you to all the places that you need to eat and drink in Hanoi. First stop is Hanoi Coffee Station for Vietnamese coffee. Can't wait. Last time we were in Vietnam, it was raining. This time, also raining. The difference is, last time we were here in the wet season, so we expected the rain. But nothing is gonna put my mood down, because I am so happy to be here. So the thing in Hanoi is that you often only look at like the ground level of places, but the stories are quite high, and sometimes, like if you put in Google Maps says you're there, you need to look up to actually see where you need to go. For example, Hanoi Coffee Station, second floor. Let's go.
So that was food at Hanoi Coffee Station, really good. Eve got French toast, I got fried eggs with bacon, not traditional Vietnamese breakfast, but yesterday was a travel day, so we had to have a little bit of comfort food for our first morning. We will be much more local for lunch. Feels good to have a traditional Vietnamese coffee again though. We have missed that. Plan for the rest of the day is have a wander around the streets of Hanoi and find all the best places to eat and drink. And of course, by going to find all the food spots and have a wander around Hanoi, what I actually meant was spend 3 hours in a beauty salon waiting for Eve.
Get my brows done.
Take 2. So lunchtime has come around and we are on our way to Banh Mi 25, which rumour has it is the best place to get a banh mi in Hanoi. So let's see if the rumours are true. So for anybody that isn't fully aware, banh mi is a small baguette that is filled with savoury ingredients. They have them everywhere in Vietnam after the French influence. Usually really good, filled with meat and some sort of vegetables. Quite often they're like heated up as well if you get them over a grill. Fire is what they are.
It's 27 degrees in Hanoi, but we feel cold. Can you believe it?
You can tell it's been very hot where we've just come from.
In Laos it was like 38 degrees and it was hot, but we must have adapted.
Adapt, improvise, overcome.
Exactly. And now I'm wandering around in 27 degrees and genuinely feel a little bit cold. I'm shook. Oh, Bob, the queue.
I guess that's how you know it's good.
Yeah.
Quite the queue.
Confused how it works. We've ordered our food and now there's loads of people just waiting here. We haven't got a ticket or anything like that to say what's ours and order number, but the person walks out and just seems to find the people, so I guess it works somehow, but we do not understand how because there's so many people waiting here. To complicate things further, there's also 2 shops where you can go and sit down in. We don't know how it works. I don't know which one's mine. It's yours. That was so good. I had honey grilled chicken and avocado, and in it you get all the salad bits. So there was cucumber, carrot, papaya, herbs, loads of fresh herbs. So good, so good. I
got pate, barbecue pork and sausage. All of that came to £2.75 for both mine and Eve's. So very cheap.
Thumbs up from me.
They managed to find us with the food. We managed to sit in. Good experience. Dinner time! Dinner time has come around again and we are on our way for some food. Okay, do it again, but look happier.
For dinner we are getting Banh Cuon, forgive me if the pronunciation is wrong. It's traditionally breakfast in Vietnam, but I think people have it for dinner now. We're definitely having it for dinner. It's a steamed rice pancake with minced pork, crispy onions and coriander on top.
So 2 very empty plates here. That food was delicious. So that food came to a total of £4.10 for 2 of us, and that included a beer as well. The food was being cooked really fresh right on the street outside in front of us. Yeah, really nice. It always pays to eat locally where the prices are cheap and you get a much more authentic experience of the food that you're eating. So that was breakfast, lunch and dinner for today. We'll leave it there for now and we'll see what we get to eat tomorrow.
Good morning from Hanoi. First stop is coffee today. We had a few beers last night and I'm definitely feeling in need of a coffee to wake me up. We're heading to Cong, which is actually a chain in Vietnam. Chains aren't usually our kind of thing, but when we were here 4 years ago, we went and they did this amazing coconut Vietnamese coffee. So it was Vietnamese coffee with condensed coconut milk. It was so good. So I'm really hoping that they've still got them. That's what I want to find. So I've had an absolute shocker because I've been so excited for my coconut coffee, and when I got there was a whole coconut coffee menu. The menu's changed and the coconut coffee that I wanted is now called a white coffee. So I have this coconut coffee which is really nice. It's not what I wanted, so I'm gonna have to get another one. Bob's got a brown coffee, which is just normal Vietnamese coffee. Strong black coffee with condensed milk. I finally got my Cong coconut Vietnamese coffee. I'm really happy that I found this again because I've been waiting 4 years.
I don't know why, but Vietnamese coffee just hits different.
I got the palps. I had a wonderful, wonderful experience at Cong Caphe. I was so happy to have my coconut Vietnamese coffee again. Pure joy for Eve and beef. It's a very rainy afternoon in Hanoi and we're going to try some Banh Xeo. Banh Xeo? XEO. I wanted to try this for a while since we've been here, so I just put in Google Maps now, just typed it out, and this place came up with really good reviews, so we're going to give it a go. Banh Xeo, I hope that's how you say it, was some form of stuffed pancake, fried stuffed pancake, but I had no idea what it was stuffed with, and even when it arrived we still weren't quite sure, but we have concluded that it had bean sprouts, beef and prawns. Tasted good, but honestly, I had no idea.
So getting that food was a really good experience. We sat down and I feel like they just knew what we came in there for already. They gave us a bowl of salad, some rice paper and these 2 little kind of dips. So we were a little bit confused, but luckily, classic Vive fashion, we saw what the table next to us was doing. They were kind of like a DIY fresh spring roll, which was actually really good because they contrasted how greasy the pancakes were, because they were fairly deep fried, but the freshness of the spring rolls really helped. So all in all, that was some really tasty food. The whole thing came to £1.37, which is not bad at all for me and Eve to have a full meal. We perhaps wouldn't have that again just because it was as greasy as what it was, but all in all, it's a really good food and I'm glad we tried it.
Okay, so this isn't strictly food, but we had to include it because this place is great. For a great spot to grab a drink in Hanoi, we have come to Hanoi House. It's very loud at the minute, but you get a lovely view of the cathedral and you can watch the busyness of the streets below. It's lovely. I've got myself a lovely Hanoi beer. but the cocktail menu looks fantastic as well. It might be difficult to find this place as it's not on the ground floor, it's on the second floor, and it definitely looks like an alleyway to someone's house.
They really do need to put a sign there. It is so hard to find. We were trying to give directions to people off the balcony about how to get up. Crazy. Good evening, it is about 7 o'clock, which means it's time for me and Eve to go and get some food. No trip to Vietnam would be complete without having some classic Vietnamese dish, pho. This evening, me and Eve are heading to a place called Pho Gia Truyen. It's right around the corner from where we're staying in the old town and has some really good reviews, so we're gonna go check it out. This place is meant to be really popular with the locals as well, which is always a good sign for some really tasty food, with it being a traditional Vietnamese dish. I'm excited. Crossing the street in Vietnam.
Pho is a traditional Vietnamese dish. It's made up of a broth, rice noodles, some meat, often beef, and lots of herbs. We've heard this place is really busy, so we're expecting a queue. We're here. There's a queue of about 3 people, nothing major. You get a really big portion and there's lots of herbs, which sometimes you don't get that many, and I really like that. So you can get your beef raw or cooked. I think raw probably translates to like rare. We went for cooked and it's really good. You can see why the locals come here.
Beef in here is really tender, really, really tasty. Smashed all of that. Eve on the other hand, struggling to finish hers.
It's more filling than it looks. So as per usual, Bob is finishing my dinner off. Works well, but I can't eat those and he's like a pig. Broth was really tasty. It had like little hints of ginger in it. So good. And then the herbs, the spring onions and coriander.
Yeah. Hiccups. Hiccup hot. So that whole meal came to 130,000 Vietnamese dong, which is next to nothing, really cheap. We did also get a side of the donuts. They're kind of savoury donuts. Me and Eve saw them for the first time in Luang Prabang in Laos on a local market. They're eaten with kind of soup and noodles and things. Really nice, really tasty food overall.
So I think I've realised that pho isn't really my thing. The first few spoons were really tasty. I enjoyed the broth, it had a lot of flavour, but it just doesn't do it for me. I get a bit bored of it. I get pho'd out. I'm pho'd out after a quarter of a bowl. But if pho is your thing, then come here. So another dish not to be missed in Hanoi is Bun Chat. We went to a place called Bun Cha Ta, but unfortunately we couldn't film inside. But I definitely recommend try Bun Chat. Sorry that we couldn't bring you along with us, but you have to try this one on your own.
Those were some of the best things me and Eve ate throughout our trip to Hanoi. The food and drink scene here is amazing. You can eat and drink all day.
Definitely try some local food if you're coming here, and let us know if you try any of the places that we've recommended.
If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye.